Trevor, I see that nope. I think you mean yep. Yep. So what you guys are going to do then is all this warm up that you just did, you're going to use it with rational exponents. But if you can remember these properties, you guys, so the key properties are add if you're multiplying same bases, multiply if you have a power to a power, like in number 2, subtract if you have division, and then take the reciprocal and make your exponent positive if you are to a negative. So those are kind of your big ones. And if you guys want, I think it's in the video too, but if you want, you can always Google properties of exponents and click on images, and usually there'll be kind of a showing of those, and you can put those in your notes too. But there should be, like I said, I think in the lesson have them listed too. So you can write them down from the lesson. All right. You guys all still with me here? Everyone's sleeping. Don't be sleeping. Oh, I know, Emma. Oh, good, Brianna, good. Sometimes I have to hear you guys' voices, or I'm like, oh. All right, you guys. Well, all right, Emma. This won't take long. I say that every time, but it shouldn't take long. So our objectives are to review properties of exponents, irrational exponents. So we already reviewed the properties of exponents. And then you guys check yourself. Remember, work on math every single day. Think about it. If you do that every day, and Elliot, we kind of talked about this too, it stays in your head and it helps you to be fresh with it every day. Also, don't get behind, you guys. Don't get behind. It's easy to be like, I'm going to take a week off. I'm feeling tired. Yeah, I know, Emma, that's true, but still. But anyway, yeah, it's easy to get tired, but if you start to get behind, think about this is week 5, and there's only 3 more weeks this quarter. This quarter's not 9 weeks, it's only 8. So there's only 3 weeks left to get work done. So if you're behind at all, then it could be kind of dramatic for you guys to try at the very end to be like, oh my gosh, I need to get work done. And it's different than other subjects. You can't just write a paper that covers all the standards. You actually have to go through the content in math to pass. So you actually need to, get through the weeks, you guys. Get through them. So that was my weekly webinar lecture for you guys. All right, let's move on because I know Emma has to go. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to show you guys 3 examples, and then in our final slide I'm going to have you once again, like we did in the warm-up, try to solve yours, okay? The only difference between these and the ones we did in the warm-up is that these are rational exponents. Notice the fractions, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. So let's go through the first one. So remember that if we multiply, we add the exponents. So we keep our base, and we just add 1/5 plus 2/5. So if you guys want to know what 1/5 plus 2/5 are, then you just take and add the 1 and the 2, and you get 3. Well, let me move this down. Hang on. It's going to be in the way. All right, so we add the 1 and the 2, and we get 3, and we keep the same denominator. So just normal adding of fractions. That's all there is to it. So hopefully you guys are thinking, I wish I would get that notepad because that would be nice, and then I could be done very fast. Anyway, any questions on that property? Multiplication. Good. See, that was a positive no, Trevor. That was a positive no. That was good. That was good. All right, you guys, now we're going to do division. So remember that division is just the same thing as subtraction. So I'm going to look, and I'm going to always move the small one. Well, 2/3 is smaller than 4/3, so I'm going to move the top one to the bottom. So what I'm going to be left with is 1 over x, and then I'm just subtracting the exponents. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 4/3 minus 2/3. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So that leaves 2/3. And that's all there's to it. Oh, the 5, why does the 5 stay the same? Oh, because, Emma, when you add fractions, like, for example, 1/2 plus 1/2, if you have common denominators, remember all you have to do is add the numerators. So 1 plus 1 is 2 over 2, which is 1 whole. That's why. Okay. All right, guys. All right. So, where are we? Over here. So good, Emma. You're good? Okay. All right, last one, you guys, last one. So this is power to a power. I didn't give you a minus one, but that's okay. There's not that many in the lesson. But anyway, so power to a power, that means we take every exponent to this power. So if you don't see any exponents, that means there's a 1. So this is 9 to the 1 and x to the 1. So the answer would be 9 raised to the 1 times 3/2, so that would just be 3/2 power, times x raised to the 1 times 3/2 power, so that would be 3/2. Okay, now some of you guys did that in the lesson, but you don't want to leave it like this because you can still simplify the 9 to the 3/2 power. Okay, so that was a different lesson. And what that means, if you have a fractional exponent, is that the bottom is the power, right? So when we have 3/2 here, not power, sorry. The bottom is the root, and the top is the power. So it's like you have to do two things to the number. So first I have to take, so this is the same thing as the square root of 9, and then I'm going to take that and raise it to the third power. So the square root of 9 is just 3, right? Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then I will raise it to the third power. Well, 3 times 3 times 3 is just 27. And then I can leave x to the 3/2 power if I want because it's not a number and I don't need to rewrite it. I can just leave it like that. All right, you guys, 3 examples for you. So we're just applying properties of exponents. Any questions? Any questions on those 3 examples? Demonstrating properties of exponents of rational exponents. All right, I'm assuming you guys are all good, that you are ready. Are you ready to go to try your problem assigned to your problem set? Emma says yes. Very nice, very nice. All right, you guys. Elliot, you're not multitasking, are you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Oh, very good. No. Just have to check on you. All right, you guys, here you go. So as soon as you do your problem, I'll check it and then I'll let you check out. How about that? But you have to actually do it. You can't check out until you do it. It's kind of like when your mom said, oh, you have to eat your vegetables and you can't get down from the table until you eat your vegetables. And then you had to sit there for 5 hours, you know, until you ate your vegetables. Okay. Okay, you guys, good job. So everybody solved the problems in your note pods. So let's just kind of review what you did. So it looks like, Brianna, this is what you did. It was the multiply with common basis. So we add our exponents, and that's what you did. And then you actually even reduced, which was perfect. Emma, nice job. You have fractions, so you know you're going to subtract exponents. Always move the smaller exponent to the bigger one. So we moved the 1/7 up and got x to the 1/7. For the third one, we are, Elliot, I know got a difficult one, but we are going to distribute the exponent into the parentheses. So this is power to a power rule, which means we multiply exponents. 4 is to the 1 power, so we multiply 1 and 1/2 to get 1/2. And then we multiplied 2 and 1/2, and we did that up here to get 2 over 2, which reduces to 1. So that leaves it as x to the 1. Our final simplification is to take 4 to the 1/2 power. That's the same thing as taking the square root of 4, which is just 2. So our answer is 2x. And then all you guys overachieved and did some extras over here too. So let's see here. What do we have? Brianna. So in this case, we have to take 8 to the 2/3 power, which means we take the cube root of 8, because the bottom number is the power, is the root. So the cube root of 8 was just 2. Raise it to the second power, and that's how we got 4. And then we take x to the 2/3 power, which we can't do much with, so we left that alone. All right, looking at this one, Emma did this one also, and again, brought the denominator up because it's smaller, and subtracted our exponents. So we got x to the 1/4. And Trevor, nice job on this one. You have the multiplication, so we are adding exponents. So we did 3 times 1 to get 3. And then we added our exponents, 2/5 and 3/5, or 2/5 and 1/5 to get 3/5. So good job, you guys, solving those problems in your notepad. Just want to say nice job. So tick it out, post in Schoology one thing you learned and one thing you have a question about. Respond to 2 other people's questions by reflecting or answering their question. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for a good webinar, and we will see you next week.